What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel if you're already a subscriber, and if this is your first time joining me on today, go ahead and do us both a favor, okay? Mash that subscribe button because you know you want to. So I am sweating like a crackhead in church right now because it's a little hot. So, without further ado, I want to go ahead and continue my Mars series, moving right along to the sign of Virgo, okay? Now, just in case you missed it or you haven't seen any of my other Mars series, I'm going to include the links down below. Go watch those. Cop that, cop that. I love Virgos. I love everything Virgoian, Virgo energy. It's my shit. So, I'm really getting a lot of pleasure today from discussing how Mars acts in the sign of Virgo. Mars is the planet that represents willpower, your fighting style, your passions, your instincts, your urges, animalistic urges, sexual urges, you know what I'm saying? It's the planet of fight, right? The way you combat. It's a very willful kind of planet, okay? It carries out the duties of the father, which is the sun, okay? So Mars is just naturally a planet that is very active. They call it the I am of planets, right? It wants to do, it wants to achieve things, accomplish things. It's all about getting things done, setting goals and completing them, right? So when Mars meets Virgo, there's this kind of merge of like Martian and Mercury energy, because you know Mercury rules the planet Virgo, and with Mercury being the planet of intellect, the mind, the way you think, when you combine that with the planet of I do, you create this very interesting, very powerful dynamic in a person who has their Mars in the sign of Virgo. These people are naturally very efficient, able to kind of like I said, set goals and then actually see them through to completion. You know, Virgo is a very practical sign, very down to earth, earthy kind of feel. It's also the sign of service. So these people are also hella helpful. Virgo is the natural ruler of the sixth house in astrology, which governs routine, you know, your everyday life, everyday workspace, health, even pets. So these people tend to be very like health conscious, could even possibly be hypochondriacs, given that Virgo does also hold a lot of like anxious tension just naturally. So these could be the type of people on the more negative side to obsess about their health. Because Virgos are such a caring, giving, practical kind of sign, a person with their Mars in the sign of Virgo could be the type of person who naturally wants to help others, but the way they go about helping you is like what they feel to be practical. These are the people who love to give advice, right? And that advice could be interpreted or received kind of negatively from others, just because their brains are trained to find the fault in things. Their brains are trained to find ways to improve or ways for them to improve. So if they're kind of hard on themselves, you already know they're gonna bring it when it comes to you. So these are people who could criticize the ones that are closest to them. You know what I'm saying? If you're dating a guy with his Mars in the sign of Virgo, this could be a guy who is like, who likes his women to look a certain way, or who does not have any qualms about telling you you look fat in that dress when you ask, ladies. And it might get on your nerves, and depending on who you are, because I don't take well to that, you know what I'm saying? My moon is in Virgo. I got enough critical, self-deprecating energy going on around me, so you know, I don't need that in my life. But you know, depending on who you are and how you know, react and receive criticism, you may or may not like that. A person with their Mars in the sign of Virgo is very hardworking. These are very practical, hardworking, and enduring people. So in my opinion, this is a pretty good sign to have your Mars in, just given the fact that the earthiness kind of calms down some of that impulsivity that Mars just inherently has. as a planet. So these people are people who are definitely hard workers as a result, because they have that wherewithal and that highly analytical mind to like make a goal, set a goal, think it through, you know, and make it practical, make it feasible, and actually follow through and achieve that. You know, these people can be perfectionists. They can obsess over minute details and the ways that they can go about perfecting a task. These people enjoy like doing a lot of work. And so like if you had a person at your job who volunteers to do everybody else's job, who they could look like a kiss ass, you know what I'm saying? That they most likely are a Virgo, a Mars Virgo person. They hold a lot of nervous energy, which could manifest as anxiety, and you know, it just depends on what part of the chart or what other planets are aspecting the Virgo Mars. But definitely they're prone to some anxiety and maybe even other mental illnesses like OCD and, you know, things of that nature. A Mars and Virgo woman is not the type of woman to really like date a guy who doesn't have a job, right? Or these people just naturally, because they're so hardworking, don't fuck with lazy people, okay? They actually deplore laziness. Now, they're also very selfless, as Virgo is the sign of service. So these people are naturally very giving to the people that they do decide to tie themselves to. But I noticed that when I see normally in a chart a person with Mars in the sign of Virgo, that lets me know you're giving, but on the flip side, you're very, very, very selective and have certain very well-defined criteria, okay, in regards to the people that you choose to be that way with, if that makes sense. You guys also tend to get caught up on the details in certain things a lot, you know. On the positive side, this could be somebody who picks up on things that other people tend to miss, depending on what your 6th house is looking like, and your 10th house as well. This could be somebody who, you know what I'm saying, in the workplace, you are the employee of the month every month because you do that and you get it done, you feel me? But on the more negative side, this could be somebody who just carries a lot of anxious energy, right? Because you tend to kind of go back and forth and obsess over details in your mind over and over again. So, you know, finding a healthy, like, constructive way to channel that anxious, kind of OCD, compulsive energy, it's essential. You need it. A lot of astrologers say that, you know, when it comes to sex, a person with their Mars in the sign of Virgo, like, these people tend to be sexually, like, aloof, if you will, or they're just, people paint them out to be like these hermits, but that's not my experience, okay? My sexual experience with Mars Virgo people, well, it was really only one person, but my experience was that Mars and Virgo in the bedroom is very, they kind of carry over that selfless, like the service orientation kind of theme, right? These people are naturally pleasers, like good pleasers. They want to please you before they are pleased themselves. And I like that, you know what I'm saying? I was messing with this one guy who had his Mars in the sign of Virgo and his sun in Virgo. And side note, I love Virgo. I love guys with hella Virgo energy in their charts. I don't know what it is, but something about you just calls me close. But yes, you know, he was a very giving with the mouth, very giving with everything, you know, and I received with open arms and open mouth and open legs. But, you know, let me keep going right along because I don't want this video flagged. I think that because you guys are so giving and so generous, it naturally makes you very, very good in the bedroom, and that keen attention to detail kind of translates into you being very attentive to your partner's needs and desires. You guys are very quick to pick up on what your partner likes and what they don't like, and that little thing that you do that drives them crazy. or that little thing that they do that drives you crazy, they can pick up on that, and they pick up on it fast. And so in my opinion, I feel like this makes a person with their Virgo Mars pretty hot to try in the bedroom. You know, it might take a lot to get that going. Like I said, I think they're very picky and selective. You know, I think they can probably go for long stretches of time without sex, but given they have the right partner. Oh, also, because they have that like OCD tendency, cleanliness is a huge like thing, okay, in regular everyday life, but absolutely in the bedroom. Which, I mean, I would hope you would be clean no matter what sign you are, but when you're dealing with a person with their when you're dealing with a person with their Mars in the sign of Virgo, health is wealth. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Hygiene on 1,000, okay? Your hygiene game need to be strong. They could be natural health nuts, you know, have an affinity for working out, eating right, or just the natural overall upkeep of their bodies, or your body for that matter. Because, you know, I tend to find that people with like a lot of Virgo influence in their chart, especially men, are very picky as far as like the body type of, you know, the other person, their partner. You know, these are the people that will pick you apart if you gain 10 pounds or 20 pounds, or, you know what I'm saying? And they think they're being helpful, but the only thing you gonna do with me is get popped. So anywho, this concludes my Virgo Mars video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Is there anything else you would like for me to cover? Any other signs? Any other series for that matter? And as always, don't forget to practice unconditional self-love so that you can love others. And until next time.